Plan of action. Open the doors so a bit of fresh air gets into place. Start the older 23-year-old R-Reg 1998 Fazer up. Find where I've put my oil that I bought about 10 months ago and my oil filter. Then this device here for removing oil filters that I bought yesterday from Halfords, 15 quid, £14.98 I think it actually was. And then getting behind the, it's a bit dark so you probably ain't going to see it in this light, but getting beyond the header pipes that you probably can't see to remove the filter. And I believe the nut I've got to undo to drain the oil is right down the side that you'll see in a moment. That's the plan. Put my gloves on so that hopefully I don't cut myself, and see how we go. And I've got loads of work to do on this bike. It's what I'd class as work in progress. It's a long way from being finished. I've got loads of stuff to do. It's running okay. I had the carburetors off it with a friend a couple of weeks ago. Spent 4 hours doing that, cleaning the carbs out. Put 2 new coils on it. Over the last couple of years between me and my son spent the most money on it. Not that you believe it by looking at it, because it is a little bit shabby. He put new stainless steel headers, complete exhaust system on the bike, new chain and sprockets, an overrated chain. Can't remember exactly what it was, but an overrated chain. I weren't keen so much on the looks of the fairing, despite the fact that he'd improved the lights on it by putting ballasts and I don't know what they're called, these lights, what light up blue. But the forks are a bit pitted. They're not actually pitted, it's actually the lacquer. They look pretty rubbish, so some point I've got to get the wheel out, rub all that down, the forks, and get them I don't know, polished or resprayed. I'm not sure yet. There's lots and lots of things to do to this. My son gave me this to put on, saved buying one. It was a spare one for his Ducati Monster. Just keeps the rain and mush out the back of the clock. So I do intend buying a clock, a nice neat one, and wiring it all in. That's a future plan. I may cafe racer it and take the whole back end off, have a seat made. I've seen lots of nice designs around, but I've got to buy a welder. I have got the ability to weld. I haven't done any for years, but I used to quite enjoy welding, so I may go down that route with a back end, or I may respray it. I'm not sure. I put those lights on. I don't use the bike really at night time. It's just for pleasure sort of rides. But lots of little things want doing to it to sort of tart it up and make it look nice, which I do intend to do, but bit by bit. As I work part-time, I don't earn loads of money. What spare money I have to buy things for my car and daily life and my hobby of shooting air rifles and blah blah blah, you know, it goes on and on, doesn't it? But let's get it fired up first and get the engine warm. And then I'll take it outside in good daylight, hopefully, if it's not raining, and proceed to try and change the oil. That's the plan. So this is the oil in the filter in question that's going to be put in. 1040 MA2 40 motor, semi-synthetic. There's a few litres there, I don't know exactly how many. 4 litres US, 1.05 US gallon, and then one sort of a top up one on the side as well, a little one which is 1 litre, so 5 litres all told. And then this alleged high flow oil filter in a bit of a scabby old box. Let's have a look at it, see if it's still in one piece, hopefully. That's attached to the side of it. Well, it looks to be okay. So all being well, it'll do the job. HF147. Well, that means it's in front of where the gear changer is here. It's under there by this water pipe. I can see it from where I am, but I don't think you'll see it in there. 17mm, I believe. Turns out it's a bit of a bugger to get into. the nut which is there. I don't know if you can see it inside, but you ain't got much space between the edge of the frame and the actual nut, and it looks a bit sort of rounded. I might see if I can order a new one of those, but you'll have to do for today's efforts. Couldn't get the socket and the socket wrench in there to undo it, so I've had to use a 17mm. It's on the left hand side of the engine. To use a 17mm ring spanner all over myself. I've had the bike about 2 years now. I've never changed it, but I haven't done that much mileage on the bike. My son changed it twice because the bike had been in storage. But here we go, look. It definitely needed doing. Brownie oil. Just to show you all the nut, what I removed, it's all rounded. If you can see that, it ain't too clever. You have to buy a new one of them, most definitely. I should have looked, I guess, before I started the job. Let's do this up, this device. See if it's fit for purpose. I should think it is, because they wouldn't make it, I guess. That went too hard. I thought I was going to have to give it more jip than that. Get off. Get out of the way. That one's done his work. And in. Here we go. More oil all over the floor. Removal in a fashion of one oil filter full of oil. I'll put it there. Trying not to bust my head on the handlebars as I reach up. Get a clean face. Right, so I'll get the new filter out, half fill it with, well, fill it as much as I can with fresh oil, put that back on. Attempt to half fill this. Obviously I'm going to lose a fair bit, I should think, but the bike's going to be running with no oil when I fire it up. So what I'm doing is tipping oil actually into the filter. And that's nearly full. Now rub some around the O-ring, the rubber O-ring as it suggests, to make a bit of a seal when you do it up. That's it. Obviously going to lose a fair bit of this when I try and put it back in. No doubts. Never mind. Right, here it goes. Right. So I get oil all over my hands and everywhere else. Down my sleeve. Probably my camera work's probably not too clever, I should think, because I'll be in the way. Hopefully this is the right filter and it screws on. You never know. I think it's screwing on. I normally do them hand tight, but I shall use my tool. Try and get it a bit tighter. There you go. Well, that's as tight as I can get it with my hands. Hopefully, he says, with bated breath, hopefully job's a good one. That'll be the old filter. I'll keep that to one side just in case there's any problems with the new one. Not a good idea, but gets you out the doo-doos, doesn't it? That's the old filter. Would have helped if I'd have put some rags on the floor first, I guess. But this is me we're talking about. Don't want all that all over my tyres when I come to ride the bike, do I? Oil. Right, plan now, fill it back up while watching the window to the level. Right, in goes the oil. How much it holds? Should have done my investigative work in the first place, I guess. Slowly going in. It's slow going, certainly is. And now it's going to rain. That's all you need, not forecast. Still going. On about the fifth fill up of my funnel so far. Before I can continue, let's get the water droplets off the bike because we don't have any making the way down. Seems the BBC app on my iPhone has been wrong for 3 days on the trot. Now I've got the bike in, I'm in this confined space of my man cave. It's only 6 foot wide. If I put my arms out and stretch my fingers I can touch both sides, and I've got too much stuff in here, but I'm going to try. I've got a ring light there, as you can see. I've also got a torch somewhere that I've put down to try and see the window when my head's down there. There's my little torch, and I'll probably end up bashing my head off the side of this silly old picture frame that I've left in here. What's supporting rubbish everywhere, but I'll have a crude attempt at continuing to fill this up. We will get there one way or another. We're cooking gas. I can now see oil. One more should do it, I think. It's slowly creeping up. I don't want to overfill it. That's it. You ain't having no more because that's going to have to settle. Right, let's show you, and then we'll start the bike up and see if it clatters and clunks like an old steam engine. There we go, look. Hopefully you can see the level. And I must order myself a new drain plug nut because that's slightly rounded off. Oh, let's see if it starts. For the beast. Leave it running for a moment, see if there's any leaks. sure the oil light, well, it never was on the display. However, my fuel low light's on. I don't think it's low on fuel. Carbs need balancing. Yep. Yes, it does look a bit low in there. Find out where the cap fell. Thanks for watching, everyone. Any comments, remarks, anything will be taken in good humour, good or bad. Thank you.